Hi, NC Beer Explorer here in Corolla at the Outer Banks in North Carolina, the Northern Outer Banks. I'm here with the owner of Northern Outer Banks Brewing, Michael Cherry. How you doing today, Michael?
Doing very well.
Tell us how you got here. How did you manage to put together this business in the Northern Outer Banks for brewing?
The first thing I did, I knew my degree's in public health from East Carolina, and so I knew that wastewater was going to drive whether or not we could open where we wanted to. So first thing we had to do is make sure we had a sewer plant that would agree to take our waste, because sometimes they qualify that as an industrial or light industrial.
Okay.
So there's a fee to it, or sometimes they won't take it at all. So I got that done, and then I got the plans done, and we had to find the location, like I said, both of those. And then I took the plans to our local government, and they said, this is a great idea, but the problem is, from a zoning perspective, it's not legal.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we're on the Outer Banks on the beach, and we're tied to Currituck, the mainland. And so the only place that they had brewing allowed is in light industrial zoning, which only exists on the mainland of Currituck. The beach was only general business zoning.
Okay.
So I said, well, can I apply to change the law? And they said yes, but it's a very long process. And I had already, hate to admit it, I know some other brewers would be in the same boat, I'd already put a deposit on the equipment. Because the equipment takes so long, the lead times, especially then, are really long.
Yeah.
So I just cleaned up, put on nice clothes, and prepared to go through the public process. And then, unbeknownst to me at the time, at the same time, Currituck was going through a process of, throughout the state of North Carolina, a lot of the counties were, where they wanted to lower the time to sell alcohol from noon on Sunday into 10 a.m. And unbeknownst to me, the night of the commissioners meeting, I come into the room and it's packed with 100 people. I'm not kidding, packed. And of course, I don't know why everyone's there. Are they there to object on my application, what we're doing, or wasn't sure? So I sat in the very back and listened to a lot of folks that were really upset about changing the sale of alcohol time away from noon. They were upset it was going to impact people's attendance in church. Honestly, that really, I was really shocked at that. But and so it actually, that night, in order to pass that law, you had to have a unanimous decision by the board, and it did not. It did pass, but with only a majority. And so for it to go back again, it didn't have to have a unanimous decision. So it did not pass that night. And when that finished, the entire courtroom of 100 people left, and I'm the only one left in the room. And I thought, wow, this is really good, or is it not? Like I was so stressed about the whole process. And the Currituck County specifically, they don't like approving anything that you're not going to do. So their first question to me was, if we approve this tonight, are you going to you're going to build it and you're going to put in all the equipment? Are you going to do what you're saying? And I said absolutely, and I admitted that I had already put in the deposit on the equipment. So the chairman jokingly said, "So we really have you over a barrel." And I said, "Yes, you do." And he said, "We're just giving you a hard time." And they unanimously agreed with it, and that's how we did it. So I got here because I literally changed the law for Currituck County to add brewing, microbrewing, and microdistilling under general business zone.
And what year was that?
2017 we opened. I started that process in 2015, so probably 16. I mean, it was pretty quick after that I got all my permits done.
Right.
And then we actually already had bought the space.
Yeah.
We were in deep. So that's just a good message to brewers out there. Anybody that's planning, check your local zoning ordinances and make sure that you can do what you want to do. Because I've heard of breweries like in San Francisco and some of the cities that have actually bought all the equipment and it's all arrived, and then they were not able to even open it, and they had to sell their equipment at auction, which is a terrible place to be.
Tragic. Well, tell me about, you have got a lot in a small space. Tell me what you have here.
We're a 6-barrel brew house, mash tun, boil kettle, We have 3 fermenters, 1 bright, and then we have 1 12-barrel fermenter and 12-barrel bright. So we double batch into those tanks when we use those.
Okay.
So what we realized, what worked better for us because of the population and people coming in on the door, is we're better off from our business model selling beer by the pint at retail, and we ended up after 3 really hard years of running that candy line because they are very, very, very maintenance heavy.
Yeah, so and you said you're seasonal. So what does your season run from and to?
Really, it's Memorial Day to Columbus Day, which we just went through. We have little blips of like Valentine's Day, we get a little blip. Easter, we get a little blip. But we're just we really depend on our tourism, and that's heavily tied to when children get out of school and school breaks.
Once again, we've been here at Northern Outer Banks Brewing in Corolla, North Carolina, with Mike Seary. Mike, thank you very much for your time today.
Yes, sir.
And that's all for today. Bye, y'all.